Alright, it's review day again. Let's see, what are we going to review today? No. No. I did that one already. No. Come on, that's not even out yet. No. I'll finish you someday, I promise. How about some Pixar?
Heads up, everybody! It's showtime!
Grab shell, dude!
Ready?
Ready!
Oh boy, oh boy!
Look it.
You got a problem, buddy? Do you?
Where is my super suit? Spit that out right now!
You mean you don't like me?
So long, partner.
I'm joy. This is sadness. That's anger. This is disgust. And that's fear. Come on, group hug. You too, anger.
Don't touch me.
Pixar's latest movie, Inside Out, takes viewers inside of the mind of Riley Anderson, an 11-year-old girl. The emotions behind Riley's everyday actions are joy, disgust, sadness, anger, and fear. The emotions live in headquarters, where they guide Riley through her everyday life and take care of all of her memories, with certain emotions taking care of certain memories. The emotions help shape Riley's personality and help lead her through her everyday life and create who she is. Drama ensues both within Riley's mind and her actual life when her family moved from Minnesota to San Francisco. This change is hard on Riley, and through a series of events, joy and sadness are sent to Riley's long-term memory, along with several of Riley's most important memories, leaving only disgust, anger, and fear to guide Riley. Meanwhile, joy and sadness must try to get back to headquarters before all of Riley's happy memories are gone forever. The characters in Inside Out are all very interesting and complex. Riley is your average girl, and she reacts to moving the way an average child would. What's extra interesting is the fact that Riley is not only a character, but she's also a setting in the movie. The emotions are all an extension of Riley's character, and it clearly shows. Now, there were some people who thought that since the main characters are based on primary emotions, they would be either one-dimensional or bland, but that is clearly not the case at all. The emotions are all very unique in the way that they interact with each other, and the way they interact with Riley. Joy is considered to be the head emotion, since she was there first, and she helps feel Riley happy, the emotion that most people want to feel. Disgust is perhaps my personal favorite of the emotions. I'm not really sure what it is about her, but I just really liked her character, and it was an enjoyable time. An interesting point about it is she often serves at a center point. Whenever the other emotions have a dispute about how to handle a certain situation, she's often in the middle of many of those situations. I honestly wish that Disgust had gotten more screen time, but I can't really complain because the screen time is split evenly amongst the emotions, although joy and sadness do get just a little more screen time since the plot does focus on them. Anger serves to fit in as the de facto leader whenever joy can't serve. Watching him try and guide Riley is very interesting since he has a very different way of taking care of situations than joy does. Fear is the other male emotion next to anger. There isn't really much I can say about Fear, but his role is interesting and he's an enjoyable character all the time. The last emotion is sadness. Sadness is definitely the most interesting and most complex of the emotions. See, the emotions all get along very well, but none of the other emotions really know what sadness's role is, and they don't really get along with her as much as they do with each other. That's not to say they dislike sadness, they just don't really know how to act around her. And can you really blame them? I mean, nobody ever wants to feel sad. Sadness is an emotion that people don't regularly want. Throughout the film, though, you'll see why sadness is perhaps the most important emotion, not only for the film, but for people. The emotions all work together to make Riley who she is, and to make Inside Out as good of a film as it really is. But, what exactly makes Inside Out such a special movie? Well, there are a number of reasons why this is a good movie. First of all, the movie does a good job showing off different parts of the mind and explaining them in a way that kids will understand while still being accurate to how things really work. When working on the film, different types of psychologists and psychology experts were called in to make sure that the film would accurately portray the mind of an 11-year-old girl during a difficult time adjusting to a change. The film also does a very good job showing off different reasons for several things, such as dreams, ideas, deja vu, daydreaming, or that really annoying feeling when you have a catchy song stuck in your head and you think of it at the most random times. The film explains all of that in a fun way for children and in a semi-accurate way. Another thing that makes Inside Out such a special movie is, as I mentioned, Riley is a character and a setting. Thanks to this, we see her outward interactions with her friends and family, but we also see her inner feelings. The emotions are Riley. They're not just their own characters, but they're an extension of Riley's character. And we get to see how she feels on the outside and on the inside. It gives us an extra point of view that we normally wouldn't get in a movie. The most important thing that Inside Out does well, though, is the fact that it makes people think. You wouldn't think that a children's movie would be so interesting and complex, but it really is. After watching Inside Out, you'll definitely be thinking about several things. Sure, it might just be something dumb and simple like, I wonder what my mind's control room is like, or I wonder how my emotions take care of everyday situations. But it also makes you think deeper and emotional. Inside Out has an amazing lesson. It's something that not many films or television shows teach, and it's definitely a lesson that children should learn early on. The lesson in Inside Out is also different. It might change depending on how you see the film. There isn't one correct way to view this film. It's very adaptational. It applies to different people in different ways. There isn't a correct way to see this movie, and a lot of Inside Out is left up to interpretation, because different people feel different ways. This is a movie about feelings, and the way you feel is different from the way another person feels. You'll have several different discussions about the movie with different people, because that's just how open the film is. Everyone feels different about different situations. The emotions might be the same, but the way those emotions act and interact is different all the time. The emotions don't just serve as a portal into Riley, but they serve as a portal into ourselves, how we feel about situations. We've all felt joy, disgust, sadness, anger, and fear. Some people complain there aren't enough emotions in the film, but these emotions are Riley's basic emotions, and they're the basic feelings that lead her and that lead us through our everyday lives. These emotions work together to create more complex emotions, and it shows how we feel about different things. It's an interesting movie because it shows the character of Riley as an adaptation of ourselves. We've all been in a situation similar to that, and we've all felt things like this. It shows how the movie reaches out to us. Overall, I definitely have to say Inside Out is cheeky. And I'm going to go as far as to say it is the best Pixar film yet. I know that is a very bold statement since Pixar has made a lot of amazing films, but that's just how I feel. Inside Out is a very well made film, and I might be a little biased because I'm a psychology major and this stuff really interests me, but at its core this film is a psychological film. It shows different aspects of the mind in a way for children and adults both to see and understand. It is a very well made film, and it's able to accurately show how the mind works in a way kids will enjoy, and in a way that is open and relatable to each person, and each person will watch and understand in a different way. If you've seen Inside Out, definitely let me know what you thought. And if you haven't seen it, then you definitely need to see it, because this film is just so good. Also, let me know what you thought your favorite Pixar movie was. I've already said that Inside Out is my favorite, and I hope it can be a lot of people's favorites, because it is much deeper than you think. If you really sit down and think about this film, it is so deep and emotional that it has to be one of the best, if not the best. So, with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a little bit shorter than my other reviews, but there's not that much that I can say without just going complete spoilers. Maybe I might have a spoiler discussion about Inside Out later that's just like, I don't know, like an entire hour or something of me just talking about how amazing this film is. Let me know if you want to see something like that. Regardless, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.